Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are here at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Mexican Grand Prix. And so now let's get in to the start of the video. And so on to the end of our first flying lap here in Q1 and crossing the line, and we go into P5 and ahead of Sergio Perez on the medium tyre, and on to the end of the session we're in P13, but Sergio Perez made it through in P14 and would have gave the home fans at Mexico a bit of a scare. But on to Q2 now as we go into P3, and on to the end of the session we go into P7 as we couldn't do a second run due to the rain falling down here at Mexico. And now on to Q3 and it's intermediate tyres here as we come on to the end of our first flying lap as we go P5, and the slowest time so far. And on to the end of the session now, it's actually dried up here and we're now on the soft compound tyre. And where will we be on the grid? We have qualified in P8 for this Mexican Grand Prix.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Devon Butler, the Rainmaster, Bottas. They've taken a grid penalty. Stroll, Weber and Lando Norris. Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Daniel Ricciardo and Kvyat, Leclerc, Giovinazzi, Kimi Raikkonen and Robert Kubica. Russell and Alexander Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
And so on to 5 red lights, and away we go for the start of this Mexican Grand Prix as Bottas gets a good start behind us and already takes a position away from us as we head down into turn 1 here. And who is going to come out top ahead of us as we go into the corner? Can we maybe try and go around the outside of a few cars here? That'll turn to the inside for turn 2 as we make a bit of contact with Valtteri Bottas, getting the outside again. And now we are side by side with Bottas here as we head into turn 4. And who is going to come out on top in this as Bottas breaks a bit later than us and he takes P4 and we slot in into P5 here. But now it is Sergio Perez and he is on the back of Sebastian Vettel here, and now they are side by side heading into the first corner. And can Perez make the mistake in front of his home fans? And yes, he indeed can, and he takes away P2, and the home fans will be hoping that he can catch up to Lewis Hamilton ahead. However, Sebastian Vettel is going to come back at Sergio Perez here with some DRS, and he has taken the position here. And now Valtteri Bottas comes alongside, and now they are side by side coming out of turn 2 and turn 3. And who will come out on top in this battle as Valtteri Bottas will get a second bite of DRS here going down the back straight, and he takes the position here away from Sergio Perez. But now it's Valtteri Bottas, and now he's on the back of Sebastian Vettel here, and now they are side by side, and Valtteri Bottas takes away P2 here, and Vettel stays behind in P3, and Perez waits behind in P4 as well here. And now will Perez get a run on Sebastian Vettel, maybe out onto the back straight? And it is Perez who has got the DRS here, and now they are side by side heading into turn 4 here. And can Perez make this move stick here as they are now still side by side? And who's going to come out on top in this battle between these two drivers as they are still side by side? But who's going to get the better exit out of this corner? And it looks like Perez has done so and has taken the position. But now Sebastian Vettel is going to try and come back at Sergio Perez once again here with some DRS as they're now side by side as they head into turn 1. And can Vettel make this move stick, or will Sergio Perez be able to defend from him here as they're now side by side out of turn 3? And who's going to get the better exit here as Vettel gets the DRS? And who's going to come out on top in this battle? And it looks like Vettel will take the position here. But now it is Sergio Perez, and he's coming back at Sebastian Vettel here with some DRS as they're now side by side, and Perez will make the mistake back up into P3 now, and that'll please the Mexican fans here. And now on to lap 10, and we are coming into the pits to get on a set of medium compound tyres here, and that is another decent stop there from the team. But now it's Sergio Perez, and he's coming out of the pits, and where will he come out in relation to Sebastian Vettel here? And he comes out just behind the Ferrari driver So the undercut there working for Sebastian Vettel to get back ahead of Sergio Perez. But now later on to lap 10, and we are right behind the Haas of Romain Grosjean here, trying to see if we can try and pass this driver here, and can we get ahead of them here, and we make this move stick, and yes we can, and up into P17 there, and now on to lap 11, and there's Hulkenberg coming out of the pits, and he's come out behind us, but where will Verstappen come out? And he comes out ahead of us as we have a look up the inside, but it's not going to work, and Verstappen has done the overcut on us here. So it's Valtteri Bottas coming out of the pits, and where is he going to come out in relation to Vettel and to Sergio Perez as well? And Vettel is now side by side, and he has overtaken Valtteri Bottas, but Perez stays behind the Mercedes driver here. And so on to lap 12, and now we are right behind the Williams of George Russell, and we have the DRS, and we make the pass on him here, and that puts us up to P8 here in this race. And now it's on to lap 13, and we have got DRS on Verstappen, who's got DRS on Perez, who's got DRS on Valtteri Bottas, and can it go maybe 4 wide? But no, it turns out to be 2 sets of 2 wide here into the chicane, and who's going to come out on top? And it looks like we have lost out, but it is still side by side between Perez and Bottas here, heading into turn 4, and who's going to come out on top? It looks like Perez will, and will Verstappen also overtake Valtteri Bottas as well into the chicane? And they are now still side by side here, and Verstappen has the advantage, and he does indeed take the position away from Valtteri Bottas here. But now Valtteri Bottas, he's going to come back at the Red Bull drivers as they go side by side, as Verstappen is on the left here, and Perez has the inside line for turn 1, and that gets him the advantage as he stays ahead. And now it's Bottas side by side with Verstappen here coming out of turn 3, and who's going to come out on top in this battle? And it looks like Valtteri Bottas will take the position here, and he is now in pursuit of Sergio Perez, and now he's got the DRS on him on the main straight as they're now side by side here, and Bottas will take the position, and that will not please the Mexican fans at all here. And now it's Valtteri Bottas again here, and now he's caught up to the back of Sebastian Vettel here as they're now side by side battling over P2 here, and Bottas will take the position heading in to turn 1 here, and now it will be Sergio Perez, and now he is on the back of Sebastian Vettel, and he is now side by side, and Verstappen looks like he can get in as well to make it 3 wide and into turn 1, and who will come out on top in this? And it looks like Sergio Perez takes P3 and Verstappen takes P4 ahead of Sebastian Vettel back in P5 now. But can Max Verstappen get a run on Sergio Perez here, his teammate, as they now go side by side heading into turn 4? And who is going to come out on top in this battle between these two teammates? They are now side by side. It is Verstappen on the left, Sergio Perez and on the outside here. And will Verstappen make the move stick into this next corner? And yes, he does. And now it's Sebastian Vettel on the back of Sergio Perez here into the main straight, and they are now side by side, and they head into turn 1. And who's going to come out on top in this battle? It looks like Vettel's got the inside line, but can Perez defend getting the inside in turn 2 and then try and hold around the outside in turn 3? But Vettel gets a better exit out the corner, and now Sergio Perez is going to come back at Sebastian Vettel onto the main straight with some DRS, and he does it with quite some ease heading into turn 1 here, and he does indeed take the position here. But now it's on to lap 23, and we're coming into the pits for a second stop onto another set of medium compound tyres here, and now later on to the lap, and we are on the back of Kubica this time, and we are going to try and see if we can overtake them with some DRS up the inside into turn 4. Can we make the move stick? And we are now still side by side here, trying to go around the outside here into turn 5, but it's not quite enough, and we're going to try and see if we can go around the outside into this next corner and get a good exit as well. And finally, we have made this move stick into this next corner as we complete the move there on the Polish driver of Robert Kubica. But now it is Sergio Perez, and now he's coming out of the pit lane, and where's he going to come out in terms of his rivals? And he's going to come out behind Sebastian Vettel again here in the second round of pit stops, and he has lost out to the undercut once again here to Sebastian Vettel. And on to the next lap, and Max Verstappen is now coming out of the pits, and he has lost out massively to Sergio Perez and to Sebastian Vettel just by staying out that extra lap, and it's proved costly for him. But now it's Sergio Perez, and he is on the back of Sebastian Vettel with some DRS here, as then it goes side by side into the first corner, and who's going to come out on top in this battle between these two, as they are now still side by side. But Perez is going to get a second chance with some DRS on the back straight here, and can he make the move on Sebastian Vettel here into turn 4, as he's got the outside line, and can he make the move stick here into turn 5, and coming out of the corner he gets the better run, and he takes away P3 from Sebastian Vettel here. But now it's Max Verstappen. Now he is on the back of Sebastian Vettel now, as he's going to try and make the move on him. He's gone to his left, and he's going to try and go around the outside of him, and that'll turn to the inside as we head into the stadium section here in front of all these Mexican fans here. And now still side by side the two drivers are, as Max Verstappen tries to get the outside line onto the final corner here and on to the main straight. And now they are side by side here, and it looks like it's Verstappen who's got the DRS, but Sebastian Vettel is holding stations here at the moment, keeping the pace in a straight line. And who will come out on top into turn 1 here, and it is still side by side here between these two drivers, and who is going to come out on top in this battle. And it looks like they're still side by side and on to the back straight now, and who will come out on top. And it looks like it's going to be Sebastian Vettel who defends the position here from Max Verstappen, and that's been a good job considering that Verstappen had 2 bites of DRS. But now it's Max Verstappen on to the next lap now, and he's got the DRS once again, and he's trying to overtake Sebastian Vettel here, and he's going to have to try and use the second bit of DRS to make the move stick if he's going to do it. And they are still now side by side here, and can he make this move stick into turn 4? And yes, he finally can here. But now it is Charles Leclerc, and now he's on the back of Lance Stroll, and now side by side with him, as he's going to make this move stick into the first corner on Lance Stroll. And his next target is indeed us, as on to lap 34 here, Leclerc has caught up to the back of us as we try and defend from him onto the main straight, but it's not quite enough with the DRS for Leclerc, and not for us to defend with, as Leclerc takes away P6 from us here. But now it is Max Verstappen as we ride on board with him here, and he's going slowly. It's at him, and Vettel passes, and that's Verstappen out of this race, and he is out of the race again in this season here, and he has not had luck at all, Max Verstappen, in this season with reliability. But it is on to the checkered flag as we come home for a P6 finish in this Mexican Grand Prix.
There'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
And so Lewis Hamilton wins the Mexican Grand Prix, and Bottas makes it a Mercedes 1-2 here, but Sergio Perez gets a podium at his home Grand Prix, and the home fans will be very happy with that at Mexico, as we close up to within 2 points of Verstappen, and Lance Stroll puts a 6-point gap ahead of Lando Norris, but it's still ever so close between Lando Norris and the two drivers behind. But if you have enjoyed this video, then do leave a like, share the video around, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos on F1 2019. So I will see you next time for another video, and goodbye.